An aspiring opera singer in Jeng travels to countryside with her college professor Young Seon. She wants to learn more about the outcome of her audition for a part in an upcoming opera performance. The two park on a deserted riverbank to make a campfire. Instead of talking about the audition, Young Seon tries to rape In Jeng, who escapes to a forest. Young Seon wants to leave but his car gets stuck. 3 local thugs with motorcycles discover the car and confront him. Meanwhile, In Jeng stops a man on a scooter who promises to take her to a public transport terminal after. They meet his friends who are waiting at the river. As it turns out, he is the leader of the group and takes In Jeng back to the riverbank where she reunites with the scared Young Seon, but the two do not admit knowing each other. The thugs eat roasted pork and have a small talk with the professor when a young student In rolls out from a bag that was placed on one of the motorcycles. The thug leader starts harassing the boy. His behavior becomes more psychotic when In Jeng voices her disapproval. He orders the thugs to rape her and forces the student and Young Seon to fight until one of them drops. In Jeng knows Taekwondo and easily defeats Young Seon. He then proceeds to beat the thugs. With all of them unconscious, the boy digs a hole in the ground, buries the men up to their chests and pours gasoline on their heads, preparing to set them on fire. Young Seon runs for help and In Jeng tries to stop the student. While she's talking to him, the leader regains consciousness and manages to hit the boy with a shovel and escape from the hole. After waking up, one of the thugs beats the injured boy so badly that all believe him dead. Meanwhile, Young Seon finds a police officer that found him earlier that day and tells him about the thugs and the boy. The policeman happens to be the boy's older brother Moon Jae. When they arrive to the riverbank, they don't find anybody because the thugs locked the boy in the car's trunk and left to drive the car into the river at a different place. The boy eventually regains consciousness and shoots several times from a revolver he'd been hiding. All the time, the car crashes and the policeman is able to find them. He recognizes the thug leader to be his former schoolmate Bong Yoon that he used to bully and physically abuse. The kidnapping and torture of his brother was meant to be a revenge for this abuse. The policeman proceeds with mocking and beating Bong Yoon in a manner that resembles his behavior at school. After beating him up, he leaves taking a small tin box from one of the thugs. The box originally contained cough powder, but one of the thugs replaced it with a poison he used for catching birds, believing it to be cocaine. The policeman samples the poison and dies shortly after, becoming the only victim of the whole episode.